boxing for the vacant Welsh Welterweight Championship.
Well, this is an interesting clash of styles. Jones, tall and rangy, he'll try and keep Doherty at distance, working behind that long right-hand lead. Tall southpaw, relies on his boxing skills. He's a good amateur, as indeed was Doherty, who, as we've heard, has had just that one setback when he lost to the current British champion Kevin McIntyre.
Oh, a couple of good shots from both boxers there. Doherty just moved in with that right hand, but Jones himself scored with a long left. Good start.
Doherty, as you see, significantly the taller man, about 3 inches, at least 3 inches taller, and with the appropriate reach advantage as a result. Doherty was formerly trained by Brian Hughes before switching down to that little gym in Abercarn, just a couple of miles away from Newbridge.
Jones doesn't want to be overreaching with that jab and falling short with it, because Doherty's looking to land that right hand straight to the middle. He's got to sit back a little bit, took the taller Jones.
Good to see Jack Brooks at ringside on the far side, in the hat. Former top man of the British Boxing Board of Control. Great fight figure for many a year. Used to be the parliamentary private secretary to Jim Callaghan when he was the Prime Minister. Well, it's an interesting opening round, Richie.
Yeah, I think Doherty started a little bit better, to be quite honest. Jones, although he's working well with the jab now, he got caught with some bigger shots in the first minute and a half or so, and that gave Doherty the confidence.
The edge in power certainly looking as though it lies with the older man, the smaller man in the silver shorts, the Doc, Tony Doherty.
Doherty there showing his confidence, switching from orthodox to southpaw.
Well, he started really well. It's a good opening round, this. Just leaving himself open to that right-hand counter from Jones, though. The question is, does Jones have the power to get him to back up? I'm not sure. Well, it's a 10-rounder, and the opening round, we reckon, pretty comfortably in the bag for Tony Doherty. The scorer for this, the referee, Winford Jones. Welshman, as the name suggests.
Again, a better start from Doherty. What he's doing, he's switching the attack from body to head. Oh, steps in and lands a great left up there, Doherty.
Caught as he did so. Well, I'm not sure that Jones had the power to really stagger him, but he's really leaving himself open to counters, Doherty, as he throws those big shots. Jones well schooled.
Yeah, it's good basic boxing from Jones, keeping those hands nice and high, nice straight shots, waiting for his man to come in, trying to catch him as he comes in. This is a good contest.
Jones, a very calm, mature young fella. Mature, you might say, beyond his years. Comes from the Ronda, where the great Jimmy Wilde came from. One of the finest boxers that Wales ever produced. Heads going in there. Sorry, Richie. Heads going in close. There's a clash.
I think variation, and he's trying things out, but it's good basic boxing from Jones. He's just biding his time. He seems very content just to hold his ground and wait for his man to come in and try and catch him as he's coming in.
I think he did feel that if he could get through the first 2-3 rounds, Jones, and if he could keep the fight as long as possible and work behind, as you say, those conventional skills, that Doherty's energy levels might start to flag the further the fight goes. We'll see. A lot of talent in this division in Britain at the moment. Michael Jennings hoping for a WBO world title shot later in the year. Maybe the best at the moment. Kevin McIntyre would think otherwise. Craig Watson, Commonwealth champion, and of course these two. Ross Minter. The list goes on.
And Matthew Hatton, of course.
Yep. Have you scored the first two, Richie? 2 to Doherty, or did Jones get close in that second?
I think, a couple of good shots there. A good shot from Jones again there. I think Jones definitely came back into it, but for me, Doherty's nicked the first 2 rounds. He won the first one pretty convincingly. The second one not so convincingly, but he still got it.
Well, he says that he's felt fitter with Enzo Calzaghe than he has for a long time. Like one or two others in that gym, he's described his trainer as a bit of a sadist. But, he says, he's got him into shape. Enzo, for his part, says he's never known anybody make as many excuses.
Enzo, tough trainer. Doesn't take any messing.
A man who might see through the odd excuse, methinks.
Better straight shots from Jones in this round.
It's a good counter. Will Doherty's work rate lessen, I wonder?
He seems quicker to the punch, Doherty. And he's more prepared to take risks by stepping in. Look, there he is again, that's better.
Brian Hughes, his former trainer, once described him as Britain's answer to Oscar De La Hoya, which might be putting it a little bit far. But he certainly has plenty of talent, does Doherty, and I know where Brian's coming from in a way, because he does have an ability to switch between different styles and to switch his attacks. Jones is doing better in this round.
Great straight left there from Jones. Again though, the variation from different angles is coming from Doherty. What I like about Doherty's work, he's prepared to work to the body and head. He switches the attack. Lovely jab there from Jones, however.
There's a coolness and a calmness about Jones which you can't help but admire. There's a good right hand though from Doherty, and Jones walks straight into him. Nice little left-hand counter from the taller man, Jones, in the black shorts.